This is John Coster-Mullen's schematic of the Fat Man atomic bomb. In this, you see that the explosive assembly comprises 32 lenses, each triggered by an exploding Bridgewire detonator. This was absolutely crucial to getting the bomb to work, the simultaneous detonation of each point simultaneously. This was incorporated into the bomb design. Each wire on this is exactly the same length, going to exactly the same type of a detonator, all triggered by the same initiation pulse. This was effected by using what's called a triggered spark gap. And there were 32 of these, each with their own electrical system to charge a capacitor, which discharges through a thin wire. This is called an exploding bridge wire, and that sets off a detonation in what otherwise would be an insensitive explosive. Here is my design of an exploding bridge wire demonstration device. I have a high voltage power supply, which puts out 1,400 volts. That charges through a resistor, a capacitor, 50 microfarads. That goes to a xenon flash lamp. Fine wire. I'll redraw that. This comes back there. That's the ground. Around the flash tube is a fine wire. That goes to a high voltage step-up transformer. Kind of like little mini. Charge through a resistor. There's a switch here. These grounds are connected. There's 0.02 microfarad. This goes to 300 volts. Very relatively low voltage charges that up. So when this switch is pushed, it discharges the capacitor. When the switch is pushed, it discharges the capacitor, which makes a pulse on this tube here. And that creates a plasma. Basically, it's a 0 ohm resistance. This capacitor is charged up to 1,400 volts. This current flows suddenly through that fine wire and back to the capacitor. And in the demonstration, what I have wound around here is a little cylinder of nitrocellulose. Or gun cotton. Normally this is an insensitive secondary explosive, but when it's detonated, it will explode. And that happens fairly spectacularly once the discharge goes. This is an exploding bridge wire apparatus. Here we have a large capacitor that discharges through a thin piece of wire around which some cellulose nitrate is wrapped, flash paper, and that wire explodes, the flash paper blows up. Note this is a 50 microfarad capacitor. And then we use a flash lamp similar to this as a triggered spark gap.